my gosh. Hi, you guys. I have been meaning to make some new videos for a while now. And I guess I just have not been feeling inspired or motivated. But, 2025, I've decided is going to be my year. The year when I am ready to start sharing more. I'm going to start doing more updates, more videos, and doing what I really want to be doing, which is to move forward with my intuitive life coaching programs and business. And I think the last 2 years I have just been really going on this inward journey. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of energy work, a lot of emotional work, trying to rebalance my hormones, trying to figure out, what works best for me. And I really had to take a step back, and I had to just do a lot of self-care, honestly. And, with that, I've had to kind of just learn a balance of things. And I was going through all these internal openings, awakenings. I was having many mystical, I guess, magical experiences, and meeting people in my community that could help me guide me through that, and working through like a lot of things. And I'm going to start sharing more about that. And I had to really move past my fears, and it's been hard, you guys, because I've just been really afraid to come forward and just start to share more about what was going on at the time. And I don't think I was really in a place where I could do that. And that's just part of life. That's part of my journey. But now I'm in a place where I really want to share more so that I can help you to realize that you're not alone. And I really feel like 2025 is going to be a year when people have grand openings and awakenings, and, have to look at their life and realize, something's not working, and what can I do to moving forward to fix this. And that's why I really want to just be more of a beacon for you guys, a light, and let you know that you're not alone and you're not crazy. You're not crazy, you're just waking up. And the more and more people I talk to in my community, I realize, there's so many people on this path of having, awakenings. And that, for me, I want to say the first phase, that lasted 10 years, was waking up to the idea that, the food industry did not have my best interest at heart for my health. And I had to go on this big journey with trying to figure out what was wrong with me, I thought. And figuring out just to go back to basics, just to eat in a primal way that makes me feel good, and to let go of all this dogma, even diet dogma. I, as you guys know, for long years, I was focused on the keto diet and carnivore for a while. But now I kind of filter in and out, and I do what my body needs every day. And some days it just wants meat, and some days it wants some vegetables. Some days it wants not a lot of food. And so just realizing what my body wants, and that goes in the same lines of rest. Resting more, being gentle, having grace with myself. Sometimes I just would lay in bed and read a book, or just go on my Shakti mat. And I'm going to be sharing more about some of these things, going to the floats. I do a lot of salt float, going to the hot springs, doing a lot of these things that I used to really feel guilty about, taking care of myself. And one of the things I was, diagnosed with was Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I knew something was not right for a long time. And I also knew that for me, anyway, this is my personal story, that my experience was that eating, only meat every day, strictly just eating a carnivore diet was not working for me anymore. And I needed some fiber. I needed some more alkaline in my diet. And I needed less, especially red meat. And I took that out for a while. And you guys, I felt so much better. I had more energy. But now I'm filtering it back in. I realized like certain things really work better for me was doing more fish protein and even chicken and doing like less pork and beef. But I still love my beef. I had a hamburger today. But I was finding that it was just harder for me to digest and I needed some more alkaline, foods. But, that's, finding what works best for you and not telling yourself these stories. And that's just the diet aspect. There's so many things that go into, your mindset, energy release, the stories that you've been telling your body. Your body hears everything that you say to it. And I had no plan with this video really, just to say that I'm going to start sharing more. And I want to start bringing more people on my podcast that do talk about things that have been really kind of taboo in our culture. And things that I have been really getting into, like a lot of energy work, a lot of different modalities, shamanism, things that are, different Native American cultures have been doing for many, many years. I've really gotten into that, and I've gotten into ancestral healing, like all these things, it's not just about the food you eat. It's not just about exercising. It's also about energy. And I tend to believe now that it's more, the energy is actually affecting our bodies more than just the food you're eating, because everything has a vibration. And also like what you say to your foods and what you say to your body, and how you're interacting with your environment and people in your environment. There's all these things that matter. And that's why it was hard for me over the last year to figure out, well, what do I want to talk about? I mean, what going forward, how can I help people? And what I've really come to is just like, it's everything. It's life. So that's why I say that I am an intuitive life coach and energy worker. And I have been tapping more into my abilities, like channeling. I've been channeling off and on for the last few years. But this last year, I've really been more confident with it and really getting into these emotional frequencies that I feel with when I'm with certain people or I'm tapped into their energy. I've had to learn how to protect my own energy, but yet hold space for people. And that's something that I struggled with my whole life, was that I was an empath. I found that out at a very young age, that I would feel what other people were feeling and I would want to fix it, right? But what I realized is you can't do that. You gotta hold your own energy, but be able to be there for people, yeah, but don't absorb their energy. And so these are just some of the things I want to start talking about. And I want to start interviewing different people on my podcast and not really focus so much on diet or even exercise. And that's what I started to lean more into, is like to switch paths here and to focus more about the energy, more about, really spiritual development. And it's just so important. So I want you to tell me in the comments, who should I have on my podcast? Who should I have on this channel? What should I talk about on this channel? And how, moving forward, what would you like to hear more about? So I'm going to start posting some videos about, things that are helping me, things that I have found through my my struggles, you know, and my learnings throughout the last couple of years, like downloads I've received, connections I've made with, you know, higher beings, and how I really released a lot of these things I was holding on to for many years, and, you know, even past lives. We're going to talk about it all. So nothing's off limits. And if that is for you, if that resonates with you, then I implore you to keep watching. And if it doesn't, you know, you don't have to watch this channel. And I appreciate you and I love you. And I know that everyone is at a different journey along in their life, and you can't really force it. But when you are ready to move forward and you are ready to go into those layers that you've been afraid to go into throughout many lives, I'm here for you. So I want you to really tap into that life force, because you guys are a life force. You are a lotus, a beautiful lotus flower that is waiting to emerge from the murky waters. And I will see you guys in this glorious, glorious new year of 2025. It is the year of the snake. And that's actually a good thing, you guys. So I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to fuel your life force, Lotus. Love you guys. Bye for now.